Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to the Lioness Den. As you can see, my sister Lydia is not here with us this morning. I will be your host this morning. We will be having a wonderful conversation. And as you can see from my colorful background, we are dealing with autism and supporting special needs children and their families this morning. So you do not want to miss this conversation. If you have a special needs child, chime in. If you know someone that has a special needs child, chime in. And if you just got one of those big hearts, we're looking for your support and your energy today. So please, right now, go ahead. Let's share this with your friends. Let's share this on your timeline. Let's get some hearts in there. Let's settle in for this great conversation. And we're going to go right into the Lioness Den. I'll see you guys in just a little bit.
All right, all right. Welcome back to the Lioness Den. Once again, my name is Alonzo Chapman, and I will be your host for today. And today we're going to have an interesting conversation because things are changing outside right now. We're living in a different world, and we're living with different circumstances, especially in the way area of special education and dealing with special needs children. Now, before we go any further, those of you who are supporters of the page know, those of you who are just joining us for the first time, let me just give you a little bit of my credentials. I am no random guy just sitting here talking to you about this topic. I have been a behavioral specialist for 10 years working with level 5 special needs children, which means I get the kids who are really struggling, the kids who are developmentally delayed, and I love this work. I have done it for years and I appreciate and love these children. And it's a passion of mine to help support and give the information that parents need so that they can help their children be successful and prepared for this life. So today, hi. Sorry, I apologize. I apologize. I just had a little technical difficulty here. Ugh. Okay. No. And we're here. Okay, I apologize so much, Linus. Then I apologize, but we are locked in. So, as I was saying, we are going to jump into this wonderful conversation, and we're going to bring my partner in crime into the Lioness Den with me. Could we all just welcome Miss Kenya Sullivan? How are we doing today, Miss Kenya? How are we?
We are making it on. We're doing pretty good. I'm taking my grandma glasses off. We're
No,
doing pretty
no,
good.
go on, keep the grandma glasses on. Go on, keep them on.
Trying to line
Matter of
up the
fact,
things.
we both having senior moments because this is when people want to call me soon as we get started. But we gonna go ahead and we gonna have this conversation.
Yes,
Um, Kenya, we are living in a different age, and let me set the stage for you a little bit. The Department of Education is being dissected.
it's already gone.
I
It's on.
don't know if I have a better term for it. Several, I believe K through 12 is now under the Department of
Of
Labor.
you, yeah.
We have several other people with the State Department, and everything is mixed up. And in all of this, we find ourselves with a lot of new national leadership that, let's just say, does not come from an education background. So, how are you feeling this? Because we know, all of us in Alliance, then we know that you are a mom of a special needs young child. We know that she is beautiful, active, and thriving. How is it going in your household with this changing climate?
In my particular household, okay. Well, I have been such an advocate. I also have two nieces with autism. They are 21 and 23. So I have had a kind of a side view, from a window view, I should say, of how going through school can be difficult. But no one could really prepare any parent for this particular climate, as far as education. My daughter is about level 3, 4 on the spectrum, and more 3, and she's she's nonverbal. The This is what school has in her curriculum. She's in city public school.
Hmm.
She has 20 minutes of speech and language support. That is all that the school system can provide for her twice a week. If the if the biggest challenge for my child is language because she doesn't speak in complete sentences, or she has to learn how to pronounce words and things like that, why is it that she'll have 50 minutes of, you know, the branches of government, but 20 minutes? So it's when you have those kind of issues, it's really frustrating as a parent because you have to be the academic vitamin. You have to supplement. You
Hmm.
can't totally rely on the school. Now, if there are behavioral issues because my daughter doesn't want to learn the branches of government and she'd rather sing the songs to Princess and the Frog where she's actually learning to sing the words, it's a problem. So now she wants to run outside in the hallway and watch traffic instead of just sit in the class and listen about the judiciary legislative. She don't want to hear
Traffic
about.
is very fun. Traffic is fun.
She enjoys doing those kind of things. So I'm like, yeah, this is not going to work. And so she started presenting more behaviors, but the the decline, and it's just frustrating. It's a lot, and I know I'm not the only parent that feels this, but in the high school level, they're going to be adults at some point, and you have to project
Hmm.
a level of productivity. And because I'm talking, here she comes. So I'm just she's going to
Of
photo.
course.
Hello, that's Keela,
Hey,
everybody.
Shug.
All of her all her DVDs and her
Of
tablet.
course.
This is a chill Saturday for her. But it's frustrating when you see those kind of lapses, and you have a superintendent that is making almost what, $500,000 a year, outside of her stipends of little extras that's in the six figures too. Give me a six-figure stipend. But I mean, it's just the fact that we see the money coming in, but it is not being budgeted properly. Now, on top of that, federally, we have someone that just said, y'all need to take care of your own child care. Let the states do it.
Hmm.
We need money for war because we warring right now. Y'all on your own.
Yes.
Not the first time we've been said we're on our own. We can handle it, but you ain't getting no taxes from it. Maryland is different. It's different. Why is she turning on the light in the background? Look at her peeping. Okay. Yeah, it's about your state of, yeah. But for me, I really am concerned about what kind of future she's going to have in this society when, the I should say, who is he? Mr. Kennedy. I'm gonna be nice and say Mr. Kennedy says
Oh,
that
goodness.
all the special needs people need to be out on the ranch somewhere. Send them all out there. You know, act like they ain't got no parents. Just send them out there and put them on. Like they're cattle.
I
They
I
don't they
have a
don't want to have a place
belief.
for us in society. They don't want to have a place for anybody with special needs in society. Not really. Not in the side of society that they want to make.
Oh yeah. Well, to be fair, if we start looking into that, they don't have a place for you in their society unless you're already in their society. So,
That's true.
but
That's well
that's a whole
spoken.
nother conversation because then we could go all the way back to
It's real.
slavery with that
It's real.
kind of
Yeah.
foolishness.
It's
But
real.
currently, it's like right now, what I am seeing a lot of, because from my supportive position,
Mm-hmm.
because I have made a recent transition where I am now managing a residential campus. So I now have a campus full of girls that I am now directly responsible for. So for some people and for some situations, I'm daddy. I'm who the
Right.
school talks to.
Yes.
I set up the doctor's appointments. I take them.
You put
So
out the fires when they come.
but yeah, so
Wow.
it's like I
Wow.
have been working with this and I have been finding myself because I do have this background in education and I do work in education. But
Right.
from the other side, I have been feeling the frustration, and I guess it's amplified for me because I know this system and I know how it should work and I know what should be available. I have
Mm-hmm.
seen success cases. And then I
Mm-hmm.
find myself dealing with, because what I've seen a lot
Like
of
what?
is a lot of the old guard that would hold people accountable and bring about these standards and make sure that things were the way they were. These people are being run off.
Mm-hmm.
These people are being shut out, and we're finding ourselves
Holding.
with a lot of new, fresh out of college. And don't get me wrong, don't get me wrong. I know that we need fresh educators from college. We need fresh perspectives. We need youth in the field. But I am also an active Christian that believes in the Bible, and the Bible tells me that you call the old man because he is wise, and you call the young man because he is strong. So we need those old teachers. We need those people. And while everybody says, like you mentioned earlier, Kenya, it's not in the budget, we need to pay these people with the knowledge, with the experience, with the track records. Like, I have so many teacher friends now who now work in customer service or cybersecurity.
It's
Or
crazy.
it's like,
Crazy.
because you get to a place where you are trying to live your life and be fulfilled in your purpose, but a lot of teachers have to face the question of, am I going to be poverty stricken to save your child?
You already suffered during the summer.
Like, now here's the thing. What I will say is there are little setups now where, they have teacher little contracts. Oh, it is loving time with mama.
She know I'm doing something. That's all.
Oh yeah. Hey. She said, you gonna talk about me? I'm fitting to be up in this conversation.
Yeah, she yeah.
But yeah, so oh baby done throw me off of my track.
You were basically talking about our
Oh yeah, we need to pay these senior teachers. Like
budget.
to really get the finances into their hands so
Yeah.
that they can live and not struggle and be able to do a professional job and serve
Mhm.
the kids. Because ultimately, for my opinion, this is our future. How are we going to go forward? I got a little gray in here now. I will be old eventually. And these are the people that are going to be handling my food, the people that are going to be handling my insurance claims, working at the hospital, playing peekaboo, doing podcast interviews. This is the future. We have to serve these young people.
She deserves it. You know what I mean? She deserves to be happy and have friends that you know they can just go somewhere and have fun. It's bad that um, a lot of what we have to do, we have to take it upon ourselves. She's being so extra right now. I can't
Oh
believe her.
yes.
She's usually upstairs just chilling on her tablet, but mommy looks really really engaged.
Yes.
But
And we can
Keely's
feel that
aide,
energy,
Keely's aide actually quit during an IEP. Now they don't allow the aides to come. They don't
which is
allow them to
crazy.
come to the IEP meetings, which I think is ludicrous because they're on the front line with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Keela's TBA, that they call her, she is the one that is sitting next to Keela in the classroom, helping to
Mm-hmm.
regulate and interpret, for Keela. And she said, I have to find something else because I can't do this. And I was like, wow. As we were talking, the principal said, well, she has found another job. And I'm like, and so here we are. And y'all gonna replace her, who has known my daughter for about a year, with
Mm-hmm.
who?
Someone from the
Random.
temp agency.
Yes, because they're contracted by the school system because the school system they don't have enough or enough
Mm-hmm.
funding. I don't know how when you ask the state for $1 billion, you don't have enough. How? But you got enough to contract them. Go figure. So it's sad. So now I said, well, she's not going to come back because she was my daughter was just getting really frustrated. She was having anxiety issues and she's becoming aggressive, which is not something I'm used to her being.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, so you're presenting new behaviors, and all I get are reports of what you do, not the environment you were in, not the
Mm-hmm.
circumstances that could have called it, but she's just being a behavioral issue. Never miss school, never just new stuff that's presenting. But I had to let them know that this is like the fifth substitute TBA that Keela has had. So you got to get used to another person.
Mm-hmm.
They get there 2 hours late sometimes. Sometimes it's not the best person that they replace the main person with. But pay them the money, give them some incentive that would, because this woman who was with my daughter goes to the bathroom when Aunt Flo goes. She needs that assistance. You don't pay enough. You know what I mean? She does
Mm-mm.
almost everything that I do with my child.
And it has to be all
My
heart.
feelings a little different, right? Mine is different because that's my kid. But come on, this lady is about maybe 30, 32 years old. She has her own kids.
And they're
It's
probably
just,
what, offering her $16 an hour?
yeah, about that much.
Mm-hmm.
No paid snow days.
Nope. No health
You don't
insurance.
show up, you don't get paid.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
No
that.
sick leave.
Yeah, none of that.
Like it, you are preaching what I have seen for years
But do you want to
as
know
a
why the kids
behavior.
are acting up?
Oh, one
They
thousand
don't
percent.
know
When
why all of a sudden. I'm like, I know why.
well, here's the thing. No one knows why because oftentimes you end up having someone, and I'll get in trouble for this, but someone ain't worked with no kids. Really, actually work with kids in 5 plus, 6 plus, 7 plus years.
Yes, and you can see
You
the
you you've
difference.
been in that office. You've been up in that office. Now, all due respect, there is work to be done in the office. There is administrative and bureaucratic duties that simply must be adhered
Yeah.
to. And I don't want to act as though the unglamorous or you feel what I'm saying, let's say,
Yeah.
fulfilling parts of the
Right.
job,
Yeah.
excuse me, are, not important parts of the education process.
Hmm.
But, and I'm going to say in my experiences,
Okay.
when you are not one to one interacting, when you are not on the floor going through these processes and observing these processes, you lose a feel for it. I guess the best way I can describe it, and this is going to seem off topic. In college, I built a lot of sets, so I became a licensed carpenter. And there's a feel for the wood that you have when you're sliding it through a saw. and you can feel the grip in the grain, and there's a feel for getting down and touching it and being a part of that piece of wood. So when
Mhm.
you get to a certain part and it bows, you already kind of know because you have a feel. You've been in there with that wood.
Mhm.
It's a texture. It's a what is it, je ne sais quoi, if you would. And when you become that administrator and you become so detached, and once again, all due fairness to your paperwork and the funding reports and everything else that needs to be done that our
Yeah.
fine administrators do. I don't want to take any of that away, but when you don't get that chance to go and eat lunch with the kids, when you don't get that chance to go and maybe help out with a bathroom duty, and I get it because
Yeah.
I've made my way up to administrator. My diaper days are really over.
Amen.
They really are. Now,
But you can appreciate it though to
I can
those who
appreciate
have
it.
to.
Oh, I do you one even better. Even though my diaper days are over, I do one every now and then. Just to keep
Okay.
me grounded.
Keep you
Just to keep
humble.
me grounded. Now, do I almost throw up because I done got soft in my old age? Yeah,
Absolutely.
they about take me out sometimes because I done got soft. My office chair is mighty comfortable.
Yeah.
But I understand that you have to be in there to know. You have to be with these kids to know these kids. You have to be with these families to know these families. And to be fair, because I know there might be some people out there that don't appreciate and some educators, but what about the parents? Same thing for the parents. You got to be up in there with these kids.
You
They can't
better.
be on the iPad 24/7 and you don't know who that kid is.
And
Their
they won't
daddy
know
is
you.
YouTube.
Right. 90% chance she's at YouTube now, but the bell
Oh,
will
I got
ring.
you.
Wait a minute, the bell will ring and she know. She just hands it over to me.
Come on, bring it in because that's structure. She
Then she go
knows.
outside. Go outside for about an hour, run
Put some
around.
sunshine on your face.
Yep,
Get a little vitamin D if you would.
she needed. Yeah.
But
So
yeah, that is one of my major indictments because it's such a catch 22 when you're working with temps because I have worked with, when I tell you, some of the most in-depth educators, and I'm going to call
mhm.
them educators. I'm not going to just call them one-on-ones or
Okay.
classroom aides. I have worked with in-depth educators who were temps. I do any better. I literally just got off the phone with one of my good friends. When I met her, she was a temp at Lois T. Murray, a level 5 school I used to teach at. She
Okay.
is about to graduate with her master's in education, and she's currently teaching in DC. Like, understand, some of the best
Amen.
educators I have met have been
Started.
temps,
Mm-hmm.
and it's such a catch 22 because some of the worst employees I have ever had in the education system
With degree.
has been temps. I've had to send them home as soon as they got there. I've
Dang.
had ladies that didn't make it on campus 20 minutes. I've had ladies that told me they wanted to square up with this special needs girl. And I'm like, ma'am, she's in elementary school and she's nonverbal. Please go have several seats. Everybody not built for it, which is why we need to pay those who are. It
Amen.
is not just a passion. It has to be a gift and a calling.
It
There's a
is.
level of
Definitely.
patience that is not easily given.
It is a
If this was not a passion, I don't think I could actually clean a diaper. I have a horrible gag reflex. Like, if you
yeah.
throw up, I throw up, we throw up. That's the kind of person I am.
Yes, I know.
But some kind of way I have survived, going on 15 plus years now in this field and working with this population. So it has to be a passion for you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I will always advocate for paying the people at the grassroots level.
Amen.
Pay the teachers, pay the aides, pay the one-to-ones, and pay the behavior resource, because that's where I came in the door, baby. Pay for the behavior resource that get punched and
They
kicked
have
on so
to.
the class can be settled.
You need that. A lot of battles can be won just by addressing that.
Yes.
And right now, I learned just from spending more time with her, even though I didn't want to. I took her out of her. She's in the 10th grade. She's 16.
Mm-hmm.
I took her out because they had a lockdown at her school, and they have to be in a room for like maybe an hour, but they have to be anchored down. And her classmates making noises and stuff. They're not moving around. She's getting antsy about being there. And so as soon as they were able to get out of the classroom, my daughter, who has this this behavior of running backwards, she knew the oncoming crowd of kids were coming. She's the first one out. So she goes out and she's running backwards, and she runs into the concrete wall, busts her head, and then falls, hits her head on the ground. Blood all down her back and neck. I'm in a meeting. I get the call. I'm like, oh God, what happened? They said, well, she hit her head. We're going to take her to the nurse. I'm like, okay, is it, I don't know how bad it is. And they're like, well, she needs to see the nurse. I said, oh, okay. Well, I'm on my way. En route of getting there, they're like, well, we can't stop the bleeding. And she's fighting the nurse.
Oh dear.
Do you need to hear that while you're in? Oh, but I said, okay. So I get there. I said, have her downstairs. I don't drive. Epilepsy. I don't drive. I said, have her downstairs. I get there. I have to show them my ID. I got to sign in. And I'm like, where's my kid? They're like, you have to come upstairs. I'm like, why? Is she passed out? Why? They're like, just come upstairs. I said, who was demanding? Because they said they demand me to come upstairs. I come upstairs, my daughter's already seated. Everything's okay. But this, I said, so who demanded me to come up here? Well, she wouldn't come downstairs with us. One of the administrators is holding all of her world famous DVDs. She's holding her DVDs like this. That's pissing my daughter off. Anyone who knows my daughter at that school knows that these are like air to her. She has them
Yeah.
stacked. She has about 30 of them, but she'll rotate them. I told them
Yeah.
incorporate them in school. She's learning to read. Tell her to read the front of this. Tell her to read the back. Ask her questions about it. So that was one of the ideas. So I'm trying to figure out
Use
why
it as
did
an
the
earning tool.
right. That's what I told them. So the administrator's holding on to her DVDs. I said, she's pissed off because you got her DVDs. I said, why do you have it? I said, who are you? I didn't even know who this woman was. And she's like, well, she's one of the administrators. And then the nurse was there in scrubs. Okay, Keela, when she sees scrubs, she instantly like, doctor, needle, no.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why she didn't want any parts of the nurse. She was literally fighting the nurse. When she saw me, I just stuck my hand on like, come on, let's go. Keela went right on downstairs with me for no problem. None of that. I was just so done. And then going to the ER was a whole nother thing. So I told them she's not coming back. Where was her aide when this all happened? They were like, well, we are used to Keela running out into the hall. So no one thought to be out there.
Mm-hmm.
No one saw the signs of her being anxious. The
They got
least try
comfortable.
to catch her, she did it before. So this particular time it just didn't end well for her. And she couldn't get the stitches. They were talking about stapling her head. I'm like, excuse me? Staples? I said, so then there's a whole nother teaching the ER awareness with a child that has sensory issues. It's been an interesting last month or so. But as you can see, she's back. She's giggling now. She's back to herself, but going back to the school, I said she will not come back until you have a better plan of action. And when I said better plan of action, that's when her aide said she was not coming back. I said, well, Keela will be absent until we have either another school that'll accommodate her. She's already started going to the Kennedy Krieger behavioral psychology and speech and language therapy for her, as well as occupational therapy for her.
Great program. I love those people.
That's where she got her diagnosis. My frustration was, why did it take so long? The waiting lists are so, but I'm letting them know on this
Crazy
end,
long.
I'm not playing with this. I'm not going to let y'all at this point. You've already showed me. I wanted her to leave the school last year, but they were like, oh, just give us a chance. Let us evaluate how she does things. I'm like, you should have been evaluating these things already. So now we're at a place where they called her aide back. They they said something and she came back. So I said, okay, what else? Because you must have did something for her to make her, you know what I mean, want to return. I know it wasn't just Keela, so
Oh,
I'm like, well, we'll see. We'll see how
they,
that goes. But in the meantime, I've already told them I want her to go to another school. And they said I have to prove that the school system is not
adequate.
yes. I was trying to find a nice word. They cannot accommodate her needs. And so this is
Mm-hmm.
proof other than some other things, but I really really want other parents to take the time to really learn their kid. It'll be a whole like all this noise. I'm used
Uh
to it.
huh.
She happy though.
It's all
Any
good. She's having
parent,
a good
any
time.
parent, the smile is like a cash card. It's like, amen. You doing something right. When she's
She
crying,
good.
or it's a whole nother something to change your whole
And
mood. But you
plus,
got to stay strong.
once
It's
we get
different when
into the
they little.
tism,
When they little, you can just kind of scoop them up and change the channel a little bit. But this level is fun.
mm-mm,
Lord have
that is
mercy.
honesty. That is unbridled honesty. I ain't thinking about your emotions. I don't care about what's happening. I'm gonna be honest with you with where I'm at.
Authentic.
Like, honestly, one, super happy that we got the one-on-one aid back because making those connections in those relationships paramount. Paramount and deeply important because we learn through relationship. We learn through relationship and it has been like that for all of history. Furthermore, I hate to say it, and I seem like I'm being that guy. Keep your foot on their neck. Keep it there. Get comfortable with it there. And I hate to say it because while we have some amazing educators out there, I'll say we have a lot of burnt out educators.
Yes.
We have a lot of educators who have fought the good fight and kind of given up. And it's not until, and
Mhm.
I'm not gonna lie, they gonna talk bad about you when you leave.
Oh,
Cause
I
I've been in the room and I have talked bad about parents. But I know that parent that keep her foot on our neck. We know we gotta get it. Go on get the aid down there for Keela, cause we gonna have to hear from Miss Kenya. No, come on, keep the foot on the neck because it is effective.
know.
It
I've
gets things done.
sat in those meetings, and I'm like, Keela got a whole bunch of D's and F's one semester. I said, these are your grades. These are not her grades. This is a reflection of your teaching. This is a reflection of how you run your classroom with her in it. It's her grade is somewhere else. These are your grades. Somebody dropped the ball
Grades are
somewhere.
always a collaboration between the teacher, the student, and the parent.
Right.
When
I
we
don't
get in
just dump
there,
it all. I don't dump it
oh
all
yeah,
on
no, I
them.
got
It's
you.
hard. It's
But
it's
here's the
hard for
thing:
them. I'm
you
like, look,
doing your
this is what
thing,
I'm working with
Kenya.
at home. What?
You doing your thing. I applaud you. We have the outside resources. We are connecting with the right people. We are getting her the services that she needs. You're giving her the structure. Like, let
I'm
me get
all
you.
she got. Her dad died when she was 6. So I'm pretty much all she got when it comes to that kind of stuff. Especially
I
with this
got you.
daily every school.
But I tell you what, Kenya, let me take a quick break right quick
Yes.
because I want to talk to the people for a quick second.
Okay, I need a break too.
Hey, everybody. Everybody in the Lioness Den, everybody who's enjoying this conversation. I know we've been talking a lot and we have been having a great time, but I want to take this opportunity to tell you about Life Happens. Life Happens is a conference. It is an annual conference. We have different themes every year, and it has always been awesome. It has always been invigorating. It has always been revitalizing to all those who participate because we cover real topics, we cover real thoughts, real life issues, and we do it all with a balance between spirituality and professionalism. We got people who knows how to pray, who knows God, who reads the Bible, and they are also partnered with those who have studied at the university level and are practicing professionals. Life Happens is no ordinary event. You don't want to miss this event. It's going to be coming up later this year. We have a flyer out. It's going to have all the information. Please, please, please take this, share this flyer. Please sign up early. As you can see, we have a fresh theme for this year, and this year's theme is power. Because we know, because the Bible teaches us that power is in your mouth and what you say. So we are going to explore our power. We are going to embrace our power this year. And we are dressed up like some superheroes because we are going to move through this year and into next year with supernatural effects. I know y'all see me on this flyer. We looking good, we're looking strong, and that's the way we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be moving with power. We're supposed to be speaking into our situation. So please, you see the flyer, you see the date, sign up for Life Happens. The power is in your mouth. Come on, get the education and get the encouragement that you need. I look forward to seeing you there. But let's jump right back into the conversation. Now, Kenya, let's look at music therapy and the lack thereof
Mm,
in the school systems.
mm.
I myself spent 4 years teaching music. Myself, I can tell you the direct connection that goes between music and learning. I was able to get young people to learn math by reading music. I was able to get young people to learn history through music. So I know the effectiveness of it. But as you can see right now, I'm not a music teacher currently. Um, the field is changing, funding is being cut. What are
But
your thoughts on the loss of music therapy and the integration of the arts, especially when it comes to our special needs babies?
it destroys a bridge for our kids from their world to a universal language of expression that we all feel. We like good music. We remember, we associate experiences with music and feelings and all of that. And it is a definite bridgeway pathway for our kids. My daughter was into leapfrog as an infant. I would just have it playing, and
Mm-hmm.
she has been able to use the words. She's learned math. She knows her colors. She knew all of these before she got to preschool. And it was because I just had it playing in the background. She would be in her carrier and it would just be in the house and I would just play it. But at the same time, it's it's unfortunate that we have to do so much when the school is supposed to be able to at least meet us halfway. I don't feel the halfway. I've not experienced the halfway much in elementary school. But before then, when she was home with me, she was, well, when I was pregnant with her, I was listening to Fred Hammond, and even to this day, at the sight of him or the music, she chilled right out.
She like to
Amazing.
hear that little bass, hear that funk slap come
Yes,
in.
yes. And I'm a Earth, Wind, and Fire fan. My daughter was just listening to September earlier this morning. She 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 likes the music. It helps, I guess, mentally, but it's just a vibe. She loves music. She loves the vibration from bass. She likes that. So if I'm clapping with syllables to the word, she catches the rhythm. She can pronounce iguana and elephant now. You know what I mean? Just from that. just rhythm. She has some maracas. She got tambourines. She has a guitar. She has ukulele. Those things have helped me. She can read. It's the comprehension that we have problems with right now. But I got something for that too. Everyday life experience. I said I'm going to have to be this child's teacher to life,
Uh-huh.
um, in a way that most moms may not be able to. But that music is it's unfortunate that we don't have the leaders in place with that awareness or sensitivity. There's a young man here named Brandon Robertson who said that he's interested in taking I think it's a commissioner's seat or a superintendent. I'm not sure, here in
Mm-hmm.
Baltimore. And I called him myself. I said, what are you going to do about special education? Do you know how that's working on a federal and a state level? And, do you know how it's going to work locally? And I said, because you're going to have to really do some work there. And I was explaining to him about the lack and how there was already a deficit in support, and how now, after this current administration's switch, it's going to be even less. And it already is showing. It already is showing. It's not a in 30 days. It's like from January 2026. Once he signed the papers, the next day was different. Different as in, my daughter doesn't even have gym this semester. What is that? Just little things like that. And the music, she's not had music but once since she's been to the school. And that was it.
It's
Why? Special
it's
education. If you
necessary.
know something, now the other alternative schools that are here in Baltimore that she could probably get into, they have music on a weekly basis
Mm-hmm.
because they know that children need that. There's a unity that these leaders are missing. We need to just change the whole board locally here in Baltimore. Everybody, thank you very much. Thank you for shopping at Walmart. Goodbye.
Lord
And
King,
then
you
bring
done
in some
got to
new
burn it
people.
down.
Yes,
Start
and
over.
start from ground zero. I mean, I'm glad that the current superintendent is leaving. I'm glad because there was a lot of we need, but I saw so much lack. Music should not be absent in any kid's curriculum. They need that expression, they need that outlet. They don't have any outlets in the whole school experience. They definitely need music. Some
As
positive
a
music, encouraging music. Maybe they want to write their own music. We'll never know.
high vibrational music.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Honestly, as a mentor teacher, one of the things that I often would give as a safety blanket for teachers is using music as an undertone to your entire class.
Yes.
In my classroom, there is always something playing, even if it's not completely turned up or audible for you to hear all the lyrics. There is some sort of vibe always coasting in the air in my classroom. I've given that tip to other teachers, and they all will report, oh, well, they get calm or they use it for prompting. So instead of me yelling at everybody, I'm gonna put this one song on, and everybody knows this song. So once this song comes on, whatever that song may be, because you will be surprised what works. The new thing that I have realized has been super heavy, especially in elementary. Have you seen the new SpongeBob movie? That big guy, big guy. You can shut a whole elementary school down. Big guy, big guy. Everybody's gonna stop because everybody's the big guy. Like that has been the new thing. Like before then, it was Peaches from the Super Mario movie.
Yes, yes, peaches, yes.
But there's always a song, and they are always on something stupid. I did a dance practice yesterday with I'm working with a private academy out in Windsor Park, Maryland,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean Windsor Mills,
Mm-hmm.
and they were putting me on with so many new random songs. These American Idol ballad sounding dance hall songs. And would I pick it for myself? No, but you know what? I'm gonna see what y'all like, and I'm gonna embrace that and find a way to give you what you need by experiencing what you like. I mean, Do I think some of it's stupid? Yes. I hate mumble
The yacht
rap.
was it the
I
yacht
hate
music?
it.
Yeah,
It,
it's a
it, it,
acquired taste. Let's just put it like that. It's
it
acquired
can be
taste.
stupid, but you know what? If you like
She
it,
not singing
and
it
it's
because she need the language. She not singing that. Just like I didn't let
oh,
her
not
with the
no
blues
no
clues.
no mumble rap for her. No mumble rap
Right.
for her.
You got, but your
Now,
parents got to be mindful of those kind of things. They might like it, but you know, she didn't look
but
at
then
Blue's
you
Clues
also I
because
about
it
like
was
you
like,
also have to watch your kids shows because if you are
yes,
doing speech training, you
yes,
will have somebody who's doing baby talk undoing your work daily via YouTube videos. So we always have to be aware of the content. But then that's when we get to that back end. That's why I say it's a three-way dance between the parent, the teacher, and that kid. Because
yeah,
they have that level of accountability. Now, while they might not be able to express or communicate everything,
mm-hmm.
they learn, they
They
know,
absorb it
and
all.
they can be held accountable. I do it often. I am not one who believes that, oh no, they special needs, so we can't hold them accountable. Absolutely. I will hold them DVDs for 5 minutes because we did not complete our assignment. And then when our
Absolutely
assignment is
accountable.
complete, then you can have your DVDs and it's going to be structured and you will know so that way you handle your business in an appropriate amount of time.
Yeah, you sound like my house. Okay, and she does not like it. She gives me drama. I'm like, with the point, I'm like,
Yeah,
look here,
can you if you don't put that pink finger down because you
you
carrying
look
on,
here,
you carrying
look
on
here.
with this little pink finger.
This is her little pointer though to get her to participate. But I'm like, look, you only get two nerves today. You already plucked one. Let's do this. But yeah, she
They
know.
they can't let you back in the Dollar Tree no more. You are
No, I
banned from the
have to
Dollar
have the
Tree.
because the stress, the stress. I have to have some levity in this. I don't want her to be
Absolutely.
able to draw the anxiety and the burden that I feel sometimes just trying to do some of what would be considered basic. So I have to have little funny things like this. And she, of course, feeds off of that. And she has a
Yes.
lot of her dad's personality because this thing that she does, I could be in the middle of talking with my doctor and my daughter will come down and do just what she did earlier. Just
Yeah.
come. I just want to love you right now. I don't care, but I just want to love you right now.
Because
And I'm like, okay,
that's her honest truth in that moment.
right.
Mommy,
I
you
just
look
want to love
cute. Let
you.
me touch your face. Come here,
Yes.
mommy. What's this on your face?
Yes. You look different
That's
today.
what's happening. That's what's happening. It's happening.
Authentic. Just authentic. But
I am
Schoolhouse
here for
Rock,
it.
her multiplication tables, all those things. That's how crucial music is. I wrote it down and I gave it to the teachers. I think all parents should be able to know enough about your kid. Just don't give them an electronic,
Yes.
let the electronic dictate and kill off brain cells. That's radiation exposure. You should have a little radiation disc on the back of your electronics anyway, because they don't need, especially if she spends a lot of time on the weekend on her tablet. I would say not straight through, but she spent a lot of time. You
Mm-hmm.
add it up, it's about maybe 6 hours, two at a time. Breakfast,
Mm-hmm.
lunch, dinner, 2 hours like that. But the other time she's just outside or we're doing something else or she's just having her living room Olympics a moment. But
Yeah.
yeah, all
Well,
parents should know their kids and be able to relay that. I have a sheet that I'm going to send them on Monday about the things that I've observed in my child since she's been here with me. And it's important that you don't let them kind of brush your child on through the middle school stage. The children are being hormonal. Excuse me, my
mm-hmm.
daughter's presenting with some of the same symptoms I had when I was a teenager with polycystic ovarian syndrome. I see it already.
Oh,
So now I already have an endocrinologist that's watching that, and they're actually just trying to monitor her. She's pretty good now because her diet and all that. I had to do some supplement changes and all of that. She's happy. But I know some aggression can be from deficits in nutrition and stuff like that. But
yes.
emotionally, music is the last thing that needs to be taken aback for. What is she going to do after, the 12th grade, or when they finish, well, 21. After that, what
Uh-huh.
do you do with your kid after that? Because, Social Security changes. They're not a minor anymore. They're an adult. And then you have a whole nother adult world. What is her existence going to be for the rest of her adulthood? It can't, just going to just shuffle them around and she has no sort of independence at all. So she also knows a little bit of sign language. So, that's me anyway. Um, for moments, if I have to, if we're in a crowd or something, I can tell her to sit, or I can tell her to wait, or do this so she can stay in place. She understands those things. They start when they're little. And so now I
Oh
don't
yeah.
have to fight so much with her with that, but I'm trying to get her to, to sign it back to me. All these little things, flagging your house. Do you know about flagging? Yeah, making sure that the emergency people know. I just
Mm-hmm.
got some stickers from Kennedy Krieger that was saying,
Uh-huh.
you put that on your
You
window.
you taking all my tips, but it's all good.
Oh,
Oh no. Cause see, watch this. Cause
what?
at the end of the day, I want to thank you because it's one thing for me as an outside supporter or influencer in this field to
Mm,
offer these tips, but you have given me an active example today. These are
oh,
things that I preach
thank you.
regularly. Be structured in your home. Hold your child accountable. Check. Get outside resources from field leading professionals, the best ones you can find. Check. Make sure you're connected with the local community, flagging your house so when fire department, police officers show up, you don't end up on WJZ because they think your baby aggressive and that's just how they say hello.
Yep,
You feel what I'm saying?
yep.
Sign language and alternative communication opportunities for your kids. When you go into Kennedy Krieger, that's one of the first places I ever learned sign language. Love you like I do, Kenya. I ain't not never learned none of them signs that you was doing. You was
Oh,
doing the
back in the
side
day.
and Kenya was signing. Like it's like,
Yeah.
oh, that's just what Kenya do. I wasn't looking at you, but when I got to Kennedy Krieger, it was
Hmm.
oh, okay.
That's
So
what
we
that
need to
was.
sit. We're going to,
Hmm.
we're gonna take a walk. Wait a minute, wait, was it? Is this mother?
Father,
Father, I'm
father,
like, did dad drop you
father.
off today? Like, that different things in there that
That's
we
good.
we all learn how to do. And then
You
it'd be
never know
real
when you
easy
need
because
it.
now we learn them yeses and nos real fast. Like, I don't even gotta look at you. Mm-mm. I don't gotta
Yeah.
look at you. Nope. But Kenya, every time we get together to have this conversation, I wonder what we are possibly going to talk about for 45 to 50 minutes. And every
It's
time,
52.
then we look up and we just about at
52.
time.
Yeah.
We slightly over time, but it's all good because I believe good information has been shared. If
Yeah.
nothing else, we have gotten a chance to vent about the current state of education from a federal level down because we
Yeah.
got work to do. We do. I don't, and I will say it, and I will continue to say it. I won't don't want to disparage all educators because we have talented and passionate educators out there. We have talented and passionate
Yeah.
administrators out there, aides
Yeah.
and one-to-one support and resource and specialists. These people are out there. We
Yeah.
need to pay them more and find more of them. Save the ones we got so they don't end up working for an AI firm because AI is snatching up every job out there. And these are the people who have flexible minds and they can learn a new career path. So let's keep these good people with their passion and their gifts. Again, Kenya, thank you for your time. Thank you for your example. And thank you for featuring your beautiful baby as she smushed you
Oh
all in the
Lord.
face. Um, we are here. This has been the Lioness Den. I am Alonzo Chapman. I've been your host for today. And before we go, I'm gonna say it again. Sign up for Life Happens Power. That is our theme for this year. Sign up.
Damn
Please
it.
like, share, subscribe, all of that. Comment, retake it, chop it up and do a duet with it. Go viral with it. Share this information with anybody and everybody that you think will happen.
Amen.
Share the flyer for Life Happens with anybody and everybody that you think will benefit from it. We have professionals both in the spirit realm and in the professional realm, and we are going to bring them both together to benefit you. But once
Amen.
again, this has been the Lioness Den. I am Alonzo Chapman. That's Kenya Sullivan. And we're going to say goodbye for today. You be blessed. We love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. We'll catch you next time.